What's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we'll be reviewing Kamen Geats Episode 1, Invitation to be a Rider. Invitation to be a Rider. Yeah, I know, right now I'm doing Kamen God chart, but I decided to basically be like, yeah, hold up, I want to review Geats in its entirety before we get on to God chart and put King Odra in there, and you know, so we got, so let's hedge it. Okay, okay, to be into Kanaraki. So this episode starts off at a shoreline where a young man is flipping a coin. That's when a woman in a black and white dress shows up and is like, "Hey, here, you're a commoner now." And he's like, "Yeah, I know that." So then 6 months later, we meet the secondary writer of the show, Keiwa Sakurai Keiwa, who is going for a job interview. But the boss later is like, dude, you must have a desire if you want to get this job. So, we're not going to give it to you. See ya. And Keiwa complains this to his sister Sarah. And if you've seen Sarah's, you probably know Sarah for her sister and her actress being the sister to Haruka's actress in Dawn Brothers. Dawn, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So then we get to see the Zaire Grand Prix for the first time, and it's pretty good. We get to see a scoreboard of all the riders who have been eliminated, leaving only 3: Kamen Shore, Kamen Buffa, and Kamen Rider Geats, the main character. So yeah. So yeah. So Keiwa being down his luck, his sister decides to take him to a soba place, but she's more interested in the best character of the entire show, Neon Kurama, than Keiwa. And Keiwa's like, what's the point of all? What's the point? Why is there? What's the point of watching a rich girl? And she's like, Neon's so cool. She's trying to leave her house. Who wouldn't watch that? And Keiwa's like, whatever. You would. Don't you talk about Neon, Keiwa. Don't talk about Neon. She's the best character in this entire show, besides Ace. But besides him, besides Geats, she is the best character. But anyway, so yeah, but that's when monsters called Jamato attack and separate Keiwa and his sister. And Kamen Riders are dispatched to save them. So that's when that's when he runs into Neon. And he first thinks this is all a dream, but then she pulls his face to basically be like, yeah, you're living in reality, dude. And then we see our first Kamen Rider, Kamen Shiroi, with the Shiroi. I'm gonna call it Shiroi, and he blasts them, saving them. But that's when we get the introduction of Kamen Rider Buffa, and Kamen Rider Buffa, who uses his zombie breaker to bust all through the Jamato. Meanwhile, Samuri is watching this. The girl from before is watching this and is wondering, what happened? Where's the guy? And we see the guy totally looking at his boost buckle, talking to the concierge. And he's talking to the concierge. And the concierge is like, dude, shouldn't you be going? And he's like, but I got first admire my boost. I love you, boost. Okay, I better go now. Boost striker. And he gets on his boost striker and gets out of there. So Neon and Keiwa are saved by Buffa and Shiroi, and they say about how what's going on, like how did he save them, and Shiroi reveals that he used to be a firefighter, But that's when Buffer confronts him, saying about how he only saved them for the point. And then he says, I'm nothing like you. But that's when a big a big monster fortress shows up, and Shorai tries to hench him, but he gets defeated and dies. Mission failed. He gets killed. And the first rider we ever seen in the show gets killed in the first episode. And if you don't know Shorei's actor, he was on Kyryuger, where he played Kiryu Blue. No, and then years later he became a kamen rider. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, what happened is that so Neon's about to fall, and that's when she's saved by our boy. Our boy saves her, and but he tries to ask her out. But then when Kayla shows up, he thinks, oh, that relationship. Then he's like, oh no, I don't, no or not. And then he's like, oh, do I still have a chance? That's just so funny. So then what happens is that they go. So then they get. Then he says, oh yeah, maybe you should just forget this world. And he's like. The world's ending. Maybe you should just forget by now. Okay, was like, no, I just realized is that life goes on. You get married, you have a job, and life goes on. Race is like, yeah, none of that matters now. As then he pulls out a buckle. Shit. And turns into Kamen Rider Geats. And he says, Kono, Hayatoda. And the Jumto's even trying to perform a Kamen Rider Ichigo reference. And he says, and Gates is like, that's a new one. Not knowing that that's a reference to Kamen Rider Ichigo. So he uses Magnum 40 to boom, 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 boom. And, you know, and then, yeah, so once he defeats them, he discovers the big boss and decides to pull out his, I love you, Boost Buckle, set. Hedge it. Boost. And then jumped on his boost striker. Ready, fight. I love the ready fight sound effect. The ready fight sound effect is so good. I miss that. It's so good watching the show. I miss the boost. I miss the ready fight sound effect. So, yeah, so he goes in. So he just take out the big guy. Then he goes into it and gets eaten alive. And Buff is like, really, Geats? That's your big play? Yeah. But then after really Geats is alive and blasts his way through the Yamato boss, destroying it and winning him. And Geats is again when Geats wins the Zara Grand Prix. So yeah, so Kayla tries to ask him. He calls himself. He asks who he is, and he's like Geats, Kamen Rider Geats. And he's like Geats, and he's like, hold up! And the boost buckle flies out of him, and flies away somewhere. I guess it returns to DGP. Who knows? But yeah, but he's like, this is a game. And he's like, the world is ending to restart a new one. And then that's when everything starts reforming. And then Kayla wakes up in his bed, thinking everything was just a dream. That's when he takes a noodle. That's when he takes some soba noodle. Thinking it's all a dream. But that's when the girl from earlier shows up and is like, after a very good consideration, you're our next Kamen Rider member. And he's like, what? So then we see her going out. Then we see her going through Kamen Rider and going through every Kamen Rider, including Neon, and we see them giving cats lollipop. We see them letting lollipop, giving cats lollipops, and letting them lick them. Isn't that against the rules? How you give cats lollipops? How is it okay? And then we see Kayla say, that must have been not a dream at all. Then we see our main character, Akioe, just looking up at the sky saying, this is my world. And flipping his coin. Flipping his coin. And saying, this is my, welcome to my world. Ending the episode. So, wow, what a great, rewatching this again, it was so great. I'm excited to go through this series of watching all the Geats episodes with you guys, my devoted Super Sentai Rider fan. I know I'm currently doing Gotchard, but Geats, I love the show. It's so good. I miss the ready fight sound effect. It's just so good to hear it say, ready, fight. And the whole funny thing between Ace, Neon, and Kawa about how Ace thought Neon and Kawa were dating, and once he found they weren't, he thought maybe he still had a chance with her. that was just so good. I love that. And Connor Abova, we didn't get him to be eliminated, but he was in the episode. I guess he got eliminated off screen. And then we even see Samurai reach out to him again as he says, "Who are you?" to her. So yeah, this has been my review of Kamen Rider Geats Episode 1, Daybreak F, Invitation to be a Rider. Hopefully I see you next time for my next Kamen Rider review, Treasure 1, where we get introduced to more characters. But anyway, I'll see you next time as we head into the next episode of Kamen Rider Geats. Okay, it's more of this one. That's it.